Hey, this is Jake with Pathway Insurance. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 different mistakes that are sometimes made on car insurance that could lead to significant financial hardship and possibly even claim denials. Mistake number 1 is probably the biggest mistake people make on their car insurance, and that's not purchasing enough coverage. For instance, if a person buys only $25,000 of liability coverage, but they cause an accident that results in a $35,000 claim, their insurance company will only pay up to that $25,000 limit, which leaves the responsible person liable to pay the remaining $10,000 out of pocket. And what if you have an even larger claim? Have you ever heard the old saying, you can't squeeze blood from a turnip? Well, that doesn't really hold true when it comes to legal judgments assessed against individuals. For example, if you cause an accident and owe $25,000 over and above what your insurance covers, filing bankruptcy may not be an option, and a wage garnishment could be ordered. In addition, future assets obtained through inheritance or winning the lottery can be seized to satisfy previous judgments. So it's important to choose your limits of liability wisely. Remember, your insurance company will only pay up to the limit you have chosen. It's probably a good idea to look into an umbrella policy, which gives you an extra layer of protection. If you're interested, please give us a call. What's mistake number 2? It's when policyholders do not disclose all drivers in their residence who drive any of their insured vehicles. Any person who is operating one of your vehicles on a regular basis needs to be listed on your policy to avoid claim denials. Some mistakenly believe that they can get around this rule by giving an unlisted driver permission to drive their covered vehicles. But permissive use is not intended for resident members of your household. It is also not intended for drivers who will operate your vehicle more than a handful of times each year. If an unlisted driver who operates one of your vehicles on a regular basis gets into an accident, your insurance company may not pay the claim, and that leaves you liable to pay for it. What's mistake number 3? It's forgetting to add your newly purchased vehicle to your insurance. Do not rely on a salesperson to call our office to add a new vehicle to your policy. Make sure you make the call, and that you receive confirmation that your vehicle has been added to your policy with the limits and deductibles you desire. Mistake number 4 is when parents allow their children to remain on their personal car insurance policy after they have moved out. If your children are no longer full-time students, they need to purchase their own individual car insurance policies. What's mistake number 5? It's when policyholders do not double-check that all cars, drivers, coverage limits, and deductibles are properly listed on their insurance policy. For example, one policyholder intended to sell one of his vehicles, so he removed it from his policy. When the sale fell through, however, he forgot to re-add it to his policy. Later, he was randomly selected by the state to prove he had insurance on that vehicle. And guess what? Because he no longer had insurance on that vehicle, his driver's license was suspended by the state. He no longer qualified for the preferred insurance he had and was forced to purchase expensive high-risk insurance instead. So make sure to double-check that all cars, drivers, coverage limits, and deductibles are properly listed on your insurance policy. What we've discussed so far is only a handful of the many common mistakes we see made on car insurance. If you're not sure something is covered, don't take a chance. Call our office for clarification. The worst possible time to learn something is not covered by your insurance is right after the claim happens. In our next video, we're going to talk about some big changes in the home insurance market. If you own a home, don't miss this video.